Okay, this exercise considered as a review. So associations here between student course. We had the aggregation between student and address. And then there is another aggregations. And we had a composition between name and students. And then both of them can be implemented using classes. We have one dependency here between course and student instructor. Also inheritance between students and person. Also we have instructor and then part-time and full-time. We have one abstract class person. Also instructor is a abstract class. And then we implement one interface called payable. Okay. Sorry, let me fix it. There should be a name. It's slightly different from previous tutorial. So we are using name class, okay? Those are two differences between this one and the previous exercise. Everything is pretty much the same, okay? Let's create one project. Seems like there are many classes, but let's start with the student class. Association relationship between student and course. It means I need a course class. Data field, for simplicity, I didn't add it. For demonstration, maybe I will add 1 or 2. Course name. And then course number eventually. And setters and getters and one more toString. So that you can see what's inside the course object. For now, I will keep only one data field called course number. So student takes many courses, okay? So you go to students. Define as array. For now, I will not set the number of courses. Just setters and getters and toString methods. Okay. Don't forget, this is about learning how to implement class relationships. So if you look at the name, there is compositions, and then address is aggregations. Both of them can be implemented as classes. I will add 3 data field, pretty common, first name, middle name, and last name. Then I will add methods and then toString method as well. Insert code getters and setters, all of them. Then toString methods. So there was compositions. Okay, I will add one constructor. Again, there was a default constructor here, constructor with 3 parameters. Again, address is up to 3. Again, we can use it as a inner class. Again, toString methods. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. We should be able to save up to 3 address. So I will change to array. Okay, for students, we have a name, address, setters and getters for address and name. Okay, for methods, I will make it toString method again. That may include name and then address. For name, okay, that is going to be a string object. So I will print it as a toString. Sorry, not a string object, name object. Again, address object, print it as a toString. Okay. Again, it seems okay for student name and then address class. Okay. So let's move to the next one, person. That's going to be a superclass of a student. We have two methods and then one data field. Okay. Should be a name and then a string. We have two methods, abstract methods. So let me change to abstract class. Because if you want to have abstract methods, your class must be abstract class. So let's change to abstract. Abstract method doesn't have any implementation, so semicolon. No implementation here. Again, to string. So we finished the person class. So let's look at the inheritance. It says extend person. We already implement get name and set name. So there's nothing much we can do. It's already done. So if you remove, you have to implement abstract methods. Just in case, let me demonstrate. Get name, we know return name. Set name, this name dot equal to name. That's supposed to be done when you implement. Now when you extend the abstract class, you have to implement abstract methods belongs to superclass. Again, must be implemented from abstract person class. Okay. Let's continue instructor class and then course. We are looking at dependency relationship. Again, instructor extend person class. We have to implement two methods, get name, set name. Instructor has a number. So getters and setters. Get number, set number, okay. Also, it depends on course. It says that instructor can teach 1, 2, 3 subjects, so should be array. So we need setters and getters. Let's look at subclasses of instructor. Full-time instructor. I'll keep it as it is, just say extend instructor. Part-time instructor. Extend instructor class. We change the instructor to be abstract. There are no abstract methods. Payable is interface, okay? Change to interface. Interface has only constants and then abstract methods. So for quick demonstration, I will add one constant. Must be public, static, final. Only abstract method can be used with the interface. So if you have a method called public string how to pay, this has to be abstract. In other words, non-abstract method is not allowed in interface. And the instructor going to implement interface called payable. Because it's an abstract class, we don't have to do anything. But if you look at full-time, we have to implement how to pay. It means that anything we have in interface in terms of abstract method should be implemented in the part-time and full-time subclass of instructor, because instructor implement payable interface. So that was the one between instructor and then payable interface. Okay. Here main applications is pretty same as what we have learned. So we have a student object. Start with Set name. Again, name is a composition, so we are looking at class called name that consists with multiple methods, or we can use a constructor with a parameter. So we use a new keyword with a constructor called name. 3 parameter: first name, middle name, and then last name. Okay. Let's use a toString to see what's the output. Okay, Java language null pointer exception error. Don't worry, it's actually saying that we need to have a value for address. That means we may need to use a constructor. Okay, let me look at, here we don't have a constructor, means we are using default constructor. But in my applications, I use a constructor with one parameter. Let me change to array. And it says that we can have a 1, 2, 3. So new, we can have up to 3 address, like a home address, contact address, maybe residential address. So we are adding one address to addresses array. Depends on location, up to 3. There is a number of addresses. That's a index value 0, 1, 2. Okay, 3 address. We add one address, increase by 1, so we go to next indexed of array addresses. Again, that's going to add one value. So let's put one constructor for address, default constructor. Second one with the parameter. Here is normally we say this address, then equal to address. But if you think about it, this has to be something to do with the array. Okay, so this may not work. So what you need to do is just look at set address methods of that implementations. So we can put it here. So when we use a constructor with a parameter, we can add it. Okay, new address, New York. Okay, that's it. See, now we have a first name and then last name. Address referring to the unique value of the address object, because it's going to return address as object. Again, that's the array reference variable. Okay. You may need to use for loop to display the information using toString. For now, I will skip it. Okay. Let's look at instructors. How we can implement instructor, and then inheritance between instructor and part-time, full-time. Include payable interface. So full-time set name. Again, we are using the name class. Let's try one part-time. We are looking at how to pay. Let's print. Full-time is supposed to say pay by monthly. Okay, monthly and then hourly. Let's add the name of full-time and part-time instructor. So we can see that we are paying John as monthly. We are paying, the Will Smith we pay full-time, and then Harry we pay part-time. Let's look at the honor relationship. Another aggregations with this in same class called person. Sometimes we have multiple supervisors or bosses. So array, that's it. For implementation, I will skip it. There's nothing but just a processing array. Adding one supervisor, and then you can add another supervisor. Then you can print a number of supervisors within that particular object. Let's move to course class. So we are looking at the course and then students. So we have one course called Java. Second course, I will say C. So two courses are available. I may need to use a constructor with one parameter. So we are using default constructor. We are going to add one property called course name. So second constructor, we need a course name. Okay. I will say name, string and name. Default value is unknown. Let me make it clear as a course name. And then setters and getters. Then here one parameter called string and name. This dot name equal to name. So now it's okay. Line number 19 and 20. Let's say John in all those two courses. So we need to consider how the student's object can add all those two subjects. So we need to have some sort of a control variable for the array object called courses. So here we are going to deal with the individual course. Add it to courses array. Depends on number of courses. So, here should be course object. Then increase by 1. So the second courses can be added to second space of courses array. Now we should be able to add courses for John. It's coded as a set course. Java, okay. It's our tab key. Then let me have a look. Okay. Number of courses. I need to know how many courses we have, so we need a method called get and set number of courses. So get number of courses shown in all, then repeat. I'm going to print courses. So we need one variable called courses, okay? So based on number of courses enrolled by students, saved as a local array reference variable. Again, here null pointer exception error means we try to print all number of courses, but we did not add enough courses because we should be able to add up to the course array capacity, but we did not do that. So we can do very simple way. If courses are not null, then we can print. Again, still has the same problem. So we are looking at courses. Two of them. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to go and look at students here. Okay, set courses. That's okay. That seems okay. Seems okay. Okay, line number 13. I set the variable, but I forgot to set the size of array. So let's say up to, let's say 5 subjects. Even though I say many, ideally students study up to 5 subjects per semester. Now it's print 2 courses. Here you may need to implement, okay, that particular things. But actually I did it outside, but it should be able to do so inside. Okay, I'll leave it as a kind of exercise for you. Okay, let me of course that's the toString will be straightforward. Let me just do toString method again. This time with number and name. Again, this time name shows up, course name up here. Let me add a course number. See set number, maybe 200. Okay, again we can see course number and then course name. Okay. Please try implement everything you can according to all those relationships. For example, here we see courses, addresses as well. So let me put some comments, something what I've done. So here we can ignore course, basically ignore our register, and then student can register for those two courses. But they should be able to enroll by themselves. So here just printing enrollment based on students. So by the students. That one is straightforward, something to do with instructor. Maybe something to do with HR and the finance. They will make a decision who's going to get paid monthly or hourly. Depends on full-time and part-time employment. So here a bit more implementation has to be done, because we already have class relationship with multiple classes. We should be able to pull out more information out of it. Let's say we add full-time and part-time to instructor. Then we can process as a loop. Index I equal to 0. We repeat depends on array size, which is the length. Again, there are two instructors and full-time, part-time. We should be able to identify whether instructor is full-time or part-time. That can be done using instance of full-time and then part-time class type. Okay, that's the full-time. Please try for the part-time. That information should be replaced. Okay, that should be instructor depends on the object belongs to the instructor array. And then we need to say whether it's a full-time object. So typecasting has to be done based on class type. We do the same thing for part-time. Everything else looks same, okay. Monthly, hourly, okay. Let me just add one more instructor to see whether it's actually working or not. Second part-time instructor, I will not add name of the instructor yet. And then I will say part-time number 2. We are paying hourly, okay? Monthly, hourly, that's correct. There are 2 things you may need to implement it again by yourself, okay? Try is not typical, just repetition for me. So I'm going to skip for now. Please try. Similar to what we have done with students. So please try by yourself. Instructor, again, everything seems okay. Class, okay, instructor. Interface and dependency seems okay. Students seems okay as well. So just have a look. Okay, students. So that is something to do with the dependency relationship between students and then courses. Okay, let me quickly go through so that I can see whether there is any mistake or not. Everything seems okay. Adding course to John. Print enroll courses by a student, which is John. Here, John to string. Just printed our student informations. Instructor and implementing interface seems okay. Making sure you know how to use the instance of operator. Again, here you have a class diagram. I add a few data fields in this diagram. Initially, I did not add it, but over the implementations demonstration, I'd add it. So I add it back here to make it clear. Only abstract class, abstract methods, name of the interface, italic. Everything is just normal font size. That's all. Thank you.